It's the day before Thanksgiving, even though you're watching this video on a different day. But you are watching it after Thanksgiving, so hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving if that's something you celebrate, if it's important to you or your family. Um, Typically, it's, aside from spending time with family, I know it's a big deal for a lot of people, spending time with family for days, eating lots of food, but don't eat too much food, but enjoy the food if that's a big part of it for you. But I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But it's the end of the day here in my store, in my book and media store, and today's Wednesday, so it's the 27th of November 2024. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and we will be closed here in the store on Thanksgiving Day, so we could spend time not working. And today was Wednesday, so I'm normally not open on Wednesday, so today was an oddball day in that sense for me. However, I was able to list over 20 items on eBay, and I also listed those maps. If you remember, I got a donation that I had down here on the floor, and there's a bunch of maps and also this box of books, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I did list all the maps which are here, went through them. There ended up being 58 different maps. The majority of them are state maps. A couple are cities, and some that are bicycle trail maps. But there's 58 individual different maps of 28 different U.S. states. So a good amount. Not as many as I was hoping for. There were a ton of duplicates, unfortunately. How many were in there? I could have had over 100 if they were all different, but that's okay. They were free. It was a donation, so I just ended up listing the 58 different ones. I'm only selling it for $30 based on what I see with price-wise. They're not going for much, and they're newer maps, not vintage maps. So most of the maps are between 2014 and 2020 in that range, that range of years. So that's why another reason why I didn't think I would get much for it or get more than what I'm asking. And then I will go through these soon. But yeah, we'll be closed tomorrow. I was able to list a lot. And also, while I was here, I got this, or made this buy. We have 1, 2, 3 boxes of mostly DVDs with some Blu-rays. There's some Blu-rays here, there, sprinkled in. And then there are it's a small box, but is that all? That box and then that little plastic tray has CDs as well. This one has 2 layers of CDs, and then there's this stack of CDs, of course. And there's some more in here as well. Yeah, that's it. So all of that I purchased for $100. I feel like I overpaid, but the guy, I've sold him CDs before. He looks for a specific type of CD, foreign language CD, and I've sold some to him before. Ones that I don't usually, I don't have anybody else who's looking for them, so I've been selling them to him, and he owns thousands of them, and puts them, and is always looking for them. So he comes across a lot of English language stuff that he doesn't want. So he brought me a bunch of this, and he said he had some more as well. So I offered him 75. So no, basically, I started out asking him, well, what do you want for all of it? And he says, oh, I don't know. When that's not really true. He might not have like an exact number, but he has a ballpark. And so I always ask people that. Now he buys in, not huge bulk like I've done, like Gaylord's, but he does buy hundreds of CDs at a time because he's looking for specific ones. So he knows the game, right, of negotiating and that kind of thing. So he wasn't willing to give me a number. So I just threw out $75, which I already felt was kind of high, considering what I saw in here. I went through probably half, if not more, of the CDs, and a lot of them are ones that aren't going to do much, or that I've seen a lot of, right? But there are some that I can put in my store, and there's a few that I haven't seen before, and I didn't look through all of them again, so there's still some surprises in there, I'm sure. But what, I mean, how many CDs are here? Maybe, oh man, I don't know, 100 or so. And then maybe 100 or so. So it's, a couple hundred, probably like 200 to 250 total. Because the thing is, he also had stuff in here, CDs in here that don't have the cases, but they have the artwork and the discs, like these do as well. Which is, if there's anything good in there, it's worth it, right? Like I'll quickly skim through and scan those, assuming they have the front and back artwork, to make sure, to see if any of them are worth money. But yeah, it's not. I lost my train of thought again. Just quickly skimming through it, looking at the titles, the DVD titles, the movie titles. There's some that look interesting, but by and large, it's a higher percentage that I've seen before. Doesn't mean that I can't put in my store and make some money, but I'm not seeing like, oh, open this box and it's all of these like, cool looking titles and covers and artwork that I've never seen before. A bunch of like 4K, a bunch of sealed stuff, TV box sets that are really good, just stuff like that would just immediately stand out to me. I didn't see anything like that. So, but again, I'm willing to offer him or pay a little more because he will continue to bring it to me. And he is a customer for, certain CDs, foreign language CDs that he's looking for that I don't have anyone else to sell them to currently. So it's about building relationships. It's about, building a network slowly. That kind of stuff takes time, but it's more powerful than anything else. It's more powerful than having an amazing social media, presence, or running an ad campaign on Facebook or on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube for your local business. Is building relationships with people, doing good business with them so they come back and either come back to buy, or the same thing on eBay, right? But especially when you have an actual store, physical stores, either they come back as a repeat customer many, many times over, and they tell others about you, excuse me, or they bring you good stuff. Some people donate, but a lot of people want to get trades, store credit, or of course are looking to sell. If they bring you good stuff, that's great. Like I have people that have brought me tons of really amazing movies, really amazing DVD, CDs, vinyl, and it's enabled me to grow my inventory, grow my selection, so that, it's build a good reputation, a good following, that kind of thing. It's just, I've had to work longer on building up that steady flow of repeat customers because of where my location is, which is a different conversation, but you can pay more money to have a better location. You're just going to have to plunk that money out versus a location like mine that's, these are traditional warehouse spaces with roll-up doors, that kind of thing, instead of a retail space and turning it into that. And that takes time and having to deal with people commenting saying, oh, is this a storage unit? No, it's not a storage unit. It's a warehouse, but it's also a retail store. So versus you go to a retail, area and you open your doors and the first weekend you get, 400 people to go through your door, and the first week you get 1,000 people, etc. Because there's lots of people walking around and going in that area to shop. So, but whether or not you are in a great retail location or one that's not set up for retail, or not, currently retail space, you still have to build rapport with people. You have to build reputation. You have to build trust, and it still takes time. So when you do that, do good business with people, you can get good stuff. And this is okay, decent. It's not terrible. I mean, it could be in much better, worse condition, that kind of stuff, So we'll see. We'll see once I go through all of it. I'm sure I will make more than my money back, even if most of it has to be made in the store. But that's okay. We'll see if I find anything that I can sell online for good money. If I could even sell half a dozen quality items on eBay, I can make back my money just on those. I'm hoping that I can find those, 30 and over items, and see if that's going to work out. But anyway, Today was good, listing lots of stuff on eBay, stuff that's been sitting at my house that I haven't been able to get around to listing, been slowly listing, and I was able to knock it all out. And what do you call it? Yeah, and so get through all that stuff and have more on there while we get through these holidays. All right, guys. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, good holidays, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.